Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It's Sunday morning, another windy one and another test for the lapel mic. The lapel mic's doing well actually in this windy weather, so when it chooses to record, so there's that. Anyway, in this video I want to talk about Don Wells. Don Wells, Summer Wells' dad. So when Summer disappeared from the 18th of June onwards, Don Wells became the self-appointed spokesperson of the Wells Bly Hara clan.
Her and her mother and Summer were planting flowers by her grandma's trailer, which is about, 20 feet from the house there, real close to the house. Summer all of a sudden said, "Mom, I want to go in the house." So she said, "Fine." And her brothers were in there watching YouTube. And so she watched her walk in the door and went in there. And then she went in there and her brother said that she was going to go downstairs and play with her toys. So she went downstairs and then Mom come in and says, "Where's Summer?" Well, she's downstairs playing with her toys. And they hollered for her and there was no answer. So she went downstairs and she was nowhere to be found. She went out the basement door. The door was unlocked. But she's never left there. She might be on the other side of the house, because I went out there before and called for her, and she come out from behind the house, because she just has to be outside. She's an outside type of person,
In hindsight, he did the right thing, because once Don was incarcerated and could no longer do that job, Candice made a complete hash of it. Everything Candice said has been twisted, has been convoluted. And do I think she knows more about the day Summer disappeared? I do. I absolutely do. But I also think that Candice and Don have taken heat that they shouldn't have had. I think because they've trusted the wrong people. Not just the people who've befriended them since Summer disappeared, but the snakes in the grass, who were already there on Ben Hill Road, sitting down the bottom of Ben Hill Road, listening to everything that was going on. Jodie Sue, even if you had absolutely nothing to do with Summer's disappearance, all of those Facebook posts make you look mighty suspicious. That's all I'm saying in this video, because this channel in recent weeks has become somewhat of the Jodie Sue show, because she's the one that's spoken out probably more than anybody. Hours and hours and hours and hours of Facebook and then YouTube lives. Even if she's got absolutely nothing to do with Summer's disappearance, it's all very, very suspicious. People ask me, "Michelle, what do you think happened?" I don't know. I don't know what happened. All I can look at is what people say. I can look at the few facts we've got, can formulate theories, give my opinion on those theories, but I'm giving an opinion on a theory. I can put evidence together to support a particular theory, but I can also probably find as much evidence to refute any one theory, because that's what you should do. You should be looking at evidence to support your theory, but also evidence to refute your theory, not just believe things blindly. You should look at all sides. Almost here in 3 days is the year mark. We've been here a year discussing this, and it seems to be the people who've shouted the loudest have made themselves the most suspicious. A few months ago, this channel was the Don Wells show, because Don Wells was out every day on lives. You see, I think the thing that contributed to Don's downfall is his niece and then his stepsisters, Mary and Jeannie, coming out and talking about what Don was like when they were young. Jeannie in particular talked about the abuse, the SA that she'd suffered at the hands of Don Wells. He was very young at the time. You might say, well, what you do when you're young is one thing, but it doesn't mean to say that he's still like that. Well, there is the argument that once you're that kind of an offender, then you've always got the proclivity to be that kind of offender. Perhaps you do, but there's more to it. There is more to it. There's several factors involved in that. And I made a video back in the early days about the psychology of SA. So you might want to go back and check that out. I'll leave it in the cards up there. Allegedly, there's a case against him in Utah regarding the SA of his stepsisters and other women who've come forward about what Don did to them. You know, he's admitted at least some of it, and I do hope he's prosecuted. He could have had absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with Summer's disappearance, but he has admitted that he's guilty. I think it is important to differentiate between the two situations. And I hope he is prosecuted for what he did to his stepsisters. I hope he leaves Hawkins County Jail and goes to prison. When he started talking on YouTube channels, he didn't expect his niece and his stepsisters to come out and be vocal, I mean particularly Mary. And he's contributed to his own downfall by admitting it. But we have to differentiate between that and what happened to Summer. Because you can be guilty of the most heinous crimes and yet there'll still be one that you're not. The thing that's got me over the last few months, having seen Don's descent from quite a clean cut, I know Cher had a hand in making sure that Don appeared clean cut on his lives with them. But once he'd found his feet on the YouTube streets, you know, Don was drunk, he was accusatory towards Candice. You know, who hasn't heard the clip from Molly Golightly's stream?
No, I have 7 alibis. I have 7 alibis. Candice ain't got none. She's going down.
You were at work, right?
Yep. Yep.
And they've always said you were at work.
Yep.
And then...
Plus I have a good friend named Starlink. My buddy named Starlink. And, yeah, Starlink.
Oh dear. You know, the very night he was arrested for his DUI, he'd been on a live, had an argument with Candice. It's on No Thanks Investigates channel. Chris McDonough was on the panel.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for making us about Summer. Thank you, Chris, for being here.
Hold the fuck up. Hold my fucking horses.
Right?
Hold the fuck up.
Good to see you.
Holy crap. Good
Is that one of the apostles?
Too, wow.
How are you?
Wow. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Well, this is we haven't talked in how long?
A long time. Do what I asked you to do, please. Down low.
And
it's been a
everybody
long time. Down low. Low. Turn down.
He had an argument, supposedly went out for, I don't know, cigarettes or something, and got arrested. And because of his probation violation, he ended up with 11 months, 29 days. I mean, all of this has just served to distract from Summer's case because it has become the Don Wells show. It was for many months. Having said that, I've always been of the opinion that, yeah, there's distraction, but it's helped Summer's case because it's kept people talking. It's kept people talking about the case. And perhaps all of this has unearthed some things that had been going on, that had happened, that do deserve justice. And if Summer had never gone missing, would Dom's stepsisters have ever come out and talked about their abuse? So much so that it led to Don admitting it. I mean, my concern about Don was that he didn't just admit it, but he put blame on Jeannie, or at least partial blame on Jeannie. And as a 56-year-old man as he was then, he's now had a birthday. That was the thing that concerned me, just as much as hearing about the abuse, was that the fact that he'd never really grown up. You know, that victim blaming stance that he has now, many, many years later, is a massive red flag to me. But still, it doesn't mean that it had anything to do with the disappearance of Summer. His ability to tell on himself made me really question Don's involvement. His core story of him being at work and his 7 alibis, he's stuck to that. He's stuck to that. I've got to assume, honestly, that Don was at work. And we've not been told any different by law enforcement. Because when Detective John Pruitt came out in April and said,
we have gone through reams and reams of data. We've collected statements. We've chased down every credible lead that has been given to us. And we are still not much further along than when we started. Surveillance videos, GPS locations, cell phone tracking, cell phone data, electronic data, anything that we could think of to get our hands on.
Kind of confirms Don's 7 alibis. While Don was out there living it large on the YouTube streets, we didn't hear much from Candice, did we? But now we have. We could perhaps see how troubled she is and how easy it would be for somebody to mould her and give her a script. Is that Don? Is that Grandma? Is Grandma responsible? Grandma's cleverer than I think people give her credit for. People who know her and know of her say that she's not a nice person. If anybody caught Voices Behind the Walls live the other day, and Chris Larson, Rose Bly's ex-husband, was in chat, and Cher asked him some questions about Grandma, and he confirmed that he doesn't want Grandma seeing his children, Rose's children, you know, Candy Hera's grandchildren. Not for any nefarious reason, as people kind of want to intimate, but because she's in and out of their lives. She's inconsistent. She can't just turn up after no contact for months, or, you know, not sending them even so much as her birthday wishes. She's selfish, I think is the upshot. 5 weeks after Summer went missing, she just did one. Probably not for any nefarious reason, but because that's what she does. And she's gone again now, even though Candice is in, well, looks like a bad way. But it doesn't say that any of these people had anything to do with Summer's disappearance directly. Yeah, I do think they know more. I do. I absolutely do. But in all of this coming out, it's unearthed crimes that would not have seen the light of day had Summer not gone missing. Don's stepsisters wouldn't have the potential to receive justice. Summer's brothers would have never been taken by the CPS. They've now got a real chance at life. You know, the conditions there at 110 Ben Hill Road, even if no criminal charges can be laid ever against them, weren't ideal. If criminal charges against Don and Candice are never laid because they didn't have anything to do with Summer's disappearance, I hope this has been the huge wake-up call for them. But what's next for them? Well, Don's due to come out of Hawkins County Jail on the 30th of October. allegedly. So if charges aren't laid against him in Utah, will he go back to 110 Ben Hill Road? Or will Candice go back there? All of these things remain to be seen. Would they still have a chance of getting their boys back? What if the DA in Utah chooses not to prosecute Don? Maybe there isn't enough evidence or something, even though he's admitted it. And he does go back to 110 Ben Hill Road. Is there a chance for them to get their boys back, get their lives straight and get the boys back? Well, yeah, but I know what I would do. I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't want to go back to Ben Hill Road. I'd put that land up for sale and I'd hightail it out of there. But that's just me. That's just what I would do. Perhaps it's what any sensible people would do. Perhaps the mayor of Beach Creek could buy it and use it as part of her property empire, of which she owns none. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I've been Michelle, hope you're well, see you in the next video. And for those of you interested in crime stories Sunday episode tonight, 8 PM UK time, over the usual place, my other channel, Michelle Walks. Until then, guys, goodbye from Miss Tillington and Miss Cassie Springer. Bye, guys.